For 2 decades, State Champs has been there for the Michigan high school sports community. You can count on us, and we've got highlights from this past week in a number of sports. Great moments and some big upsets. State Champs Michigan's high school sports show starts now. Lauren Plant back with you, Michigan, for another look at what was the week in high school sports throughout the great state of Michigan. We are always presented by Lawrence Technological University. I am dead serious when I tell you this. If you think you've got what it takes to play collegiate athletics, but you feel maybe you're being ignored, Lawrence Tech wants you to recruit yourself. It begins at l2athletics.com. We also value our partnership with the Michigan High School Athletic Association. We've got an update in the Mr. Football and Anvil Award race and so much more. Let's not waste any more time. Let's get to the highlights.
I'm Chuck Pellerito, and let's check out a MAC-Red matchup between two of the top teams. Sterling Heights-Stevenson Titans visited the Macomb Dakota Cougars. Both teams coming in winning close games in Week 1. Opening series of the game and the Titans driving. The junior Jordan Ramsey gets the handoff left side, fights through a defender before he finds the end zone from 12 yards out. Stevenson up 6. We jump now to the last play of the first half. Biagio Madonna scrambling to find an open target. He'll air it out to Dominic Reyes with the defender draped all over him. Comes up with a juggling catch to give Stevenson a 12-point lead going into the half. No scoring in the third, but in the fourth, Cougars knocking on the door. Caden Sloan, a Wildcat, he'll try for the jump pass, but Ramsey is right there to deliver a hit to knock it to the ground, keeping the shutout intact. The Cougars would step it up on special teams. After forcing a 3-and-out, Jack Murray gets the block and the catch in the end zone, pulling Dakota within 5. And a 4th down with just a minute left in the game. Cougars need to make something happen here. Zach Drosky hanging tough in the pocket. He'll air it out here, but it's going to be picked off by Ramsey, and that would do it as Stevenson comes into Dakota and walks out victorious. 12-7, our final score.
Oh, yes, baby. Oh, yes, baby.
I'm Kevin Trzynski reporting from Ann Arbor as Father Gabriel Richard Fighting Irish hosted the Bendel Tigers, who made that trip 50 miles down US 23. Last week, Bendel crushed Bentley 57-8, and for the Irish, they looked to bounce back after dropping a close one to Flint Beecher just past halfway in the first quarter. The Fighting Irish would strike first. Senior QB Mitchell Foley quickly hands the rock to fellow senior Antonio Benedetto, and he will find pay dirt from 7 yards out, and the Irish would lead 6-zip after the failed 2-point conversion. After intercepting the ball at midfield, the Irish had all the momentum on their side. Junior Jack Smith takes this one up the middle, untouched from 12 yards out, and the Fighting Irish increasing the lead up 14-0. More from the junior Jack Smith, finds a huge hole thanks to the lineman up front, and all he has is daylight on the 30-yard score. Father Gabriel Richard extends the lead to 22. It was all Fighting Irish on this day. Senior QB Mitchell Foley looking like David Blaine on the keeper, hiding that ball, and that's all she wrote. Father Gabriel Richard defeats Bendel 30-0, your final score.
I'm Mike Erlitis. We head to Pontiac for a Friday night matchup with the Fighting Irish of Notre Dame Prep, hosting the Pioneers from Harper Woods. The visiting Pioneers on their opening drive draw first blood. Senior Davion Turner takes the handoff for a 60-yard scamper. Harper Woods up 6-0. Later in the first, ND Prep would return the favor. QB Jacob Benson rolls out of the pocket and scrambles his way in for an Irish TD, giving them a 7-6 lead after 1. More from Prep in the second. Benston showing off the arm, connecting 30 yards to Clayton Bone for 6 more. Irish up 14-6. Right before the half, it's more from the Prep O. Benstein finds John Dreer on the quick rollout, giving the Irish a 21-6 halftime lead. ND Prep back at it on their opening third quarter drive. Benstein on the keeper as he finds pay dirt. 28-6 Irish. More from Prep. This time, Michael Kirchner takes the handoff 32 yards to the end zone as the Irish of Notre Dame Prep take this one over Harper Woods 35-14 your final.
I'm Ryan Slocum. Let's head to the realigned Tri-Valley Central Division with Frankenmuth playing at Swan Valley. Each team coming in at 1-0. The Eagles waste no time getting on the board. First quarter, Davin Reef finds a wide open Cole Jankowski. 21 yards, 7-0 Muth. It would stay that way throughout the first thanks to an outstanding effort by the front seven. Avery Goldensoft has nowhere to go. He's brought down by a flock of Eagles. Muth led it 7-0 at the break. First play of the third. Reef options to Daniel Barger. He hits the sideline and is gone. 70 yards to the crib. He finished with 103 yards on the night. Frankenmuth goes up 14-0, and they would continue to pour it on throughout the quarter. Back-to-back touchdowns by Connor Roche makes it a 28-0 game. Goldensoft and the offense trying to straighten things out, and they would dial up something good. This senior throws it over the middle to Brady Elverson, who slips one tackle, then another pair. 55 yards later, Swan Valley is finally on the board, but that's all they would get. Muth holds the Swans to just 147 total yards. Cole Lindlow plows his way through the line. He puts on the finishing touches as Frankenmuth avenges last year's district championship loss to Swan Valley, 35-6.
It feels so good to come out here on their field and, deliver a similar message. In like our teammates' basements and stuff like that, it was always thinking about that game and what they did to us. So, trying to give an extra rep or an extra set, you just go the extra mile just for moments like these.
This team plays hard. I mean, effort in practice, effort in games. This team plays hard, and that's all we ask. Kids to come out, give us everything they got, and this team does it.
Back inside the studio, and I'm joined once again by our insider, Sean Belizean, as we break down the latest in the state champs Mr. Football race presented by Hungry Howie's. Sean, guys, we're getting after it last week, and our Mr. Football candidates no exception. You profiled Davison quarterback Brendan Sullivan and Grand Rapids Catholic wide receiver Jace Williams. Both had great first week performances in blowout wins. The guys you want to talk about this week also blew out their opponent.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Let's start with Donovan Edwards from West Bloomfield. The Lakers, as you mentioned, started with a dominant performance. We had a situation where they knocked off Oak Park 39-0 last week. Edwards saw limited action, but check out these numbers. 41 yards, 9 carries, 3 carries going for scores. This is another player, Lauren, like we talked about last week. A lot of people have an eye on him for one reason. He hasn't committed anywhere yet. Literally all the big boys in Division I are knocking on his door. So certainly he's going to be a guy that we are going to want to keep an eye on. How about we head down to River Rouge? Marian Rabowski, dual threat quarterback. He's been unbelievable. Another defending state champion, I might add. They took care of business in Division III last year, and quite frankly, he picked up in 2020 where he left off in 2019, blew up last week. How about this dominating debut against Ecorse? 8 of 13 for 135 yards, 3 scores. He also had 2 rushes, both went for touchdowns. They win 53-0. Rabowski is committed. He's taking his talents to Kalamazoo to play for Western Michigan in 2021. But again, Lauren, you want to talk about a fantastic group. This group that we have right now is something special, and in big part, these two guys play a part of it.
Absolutely. Both Donovan and Marian had massive seasons as juniors. Big question for Donovan is going to see how much he will play this season. I know Coach Bellamy wants to protect him. We shall see, but we will profile 2 more guys next week. In the meantime, the State Champs Mr. Football Award is the only major award in the state of Michigan where you fans have a say. Your vote matters. Go to statechampsnetwork.com and vote for your candidate, and the top vote getter can never be removed. At the time of filming here on Friday morning, East Lansing's Andrell Anthony leading Brendan Sullivan by 200 votes with about 1,600 cast for Andrell thus far. We need people to vote for their guy. It matters, Sean.
Get out there, be a part of it. Your voice counts.
Sean, we'll do it again next week. Go vote, and good luck, boys.
We go to the west side of the state of Michigan for boys soccer. Ottawa-Kent Conference matchup as Grand Rapids Christian went on the road to take the defending Division II state champs, the Huskies from Forest Hills Northern. Grand Rapids Christian, coming in undefeated at 5-0, would get on the board just a minute into the contest, checking out the junior Nick Cassidy going upstairs for the goal to give the Eagles a quick 1-0 lead. Northern would respond later in the half. Seth Scarich would take the free kick from 35 yards out, and the junior buries it top left corner. We were tied up at 1 apiece. Then, with under 14 minutes to go in the opening half, the Huskies would strike again. Kyle Millmeister gets the steal, gives it to Isaiah Meyer, and the freshman with the beauty of a goal. Forest Hills Northern was up 2-1. But the Eagles would answer just moments later. Cassidy with the free kick sets up Grant Hassenrick, and the junior scores off the header. He added another goal, and Grand Rapids Christian was up 3-2 as we head into halftime. And the Eagles would add some insurance in the second half. Off the corner, it's the junior Ben Kuiper who gets a head on it and finds the back of the net as Grand Rapids Christian goes on to win 4-2 the final. Eagles remained undefeated at 6-0 on the season.
You've been thinking about this game since you were in middle school. And now for you freshmen, this is your first one. For your seniors, this is your last one. So every second you're on the field, you give it all, you high press, and you go at them. We gonna win? Yes, sir. We gonna win? Yes, sir. We gonna win? Yes, sir. Let's go, family.
I'm Lauren Plant, and we go to boys soccer for a Huron League showdown. Riverview at home to take on the defending Division III state champs, the Red Devils from Groseal. Riverview in maroon looking to beat their rivals for the first time in 5 years. First half, the junior Dominic Dudonis gets a good look on net, but his shot sails. Groseal fresh off winning its first state crown since 2002. Only 3 seniors on this year's squad. Bosch Tanye with the cross to Anthony Shaheen, but Pirates netminder Scotty Grunwald there for the denial. Under 4 minutes to go in the half, Red Devils get on the board. The senior Midi Tanye, a healthy strike into the back of the net. Groseal went into halftime leading 1-0. Riverview looking to even it up. Off the corner kick, the ball lands on the foot of Jacob Bias, and the junior buries it to even the contest. We move now to under 2 minutes left. The ball staying in the Riverview offensive end. The senior Salvador De La Torre coming through on the second attempt for the go-ahead goal. Riverview beats their rivals from Groseal for the first time since 2015. 2-1 the final. Pirates undefeated at 8-0, all alone atop the Huron League.
Feels good. I'm telling you, all this hard work. All 4 years that I've been here, we haven't had a chance to beat them. We came close last year and lost in the 5 minutes, so it feels good to come back and beat them in the last 5 minutes.
I'm Jake Durant from the UP. Week 2 of the high school football season got underway above the bridge. We'll start in Gladstone, where the Braves were hosting the Negaunee Miners. Negaunee starting quarterback Will Luke would exit the game in the first quarter due to an apparent collarbone injury. Insert Gerald Johnson. He throws a strike to Philip Nelson, who is wide open for the score. 14-0 Miners as the first quarter ends. Braves get their answer. Cam Kelly with the quarterback keeper. Look at Kelly take it to another gear. He heads down the sideline and is untouched as he crosses the goal line, looking like a star track athlete. 14-6 Miners. Still in the second, Kelly showing he has an arm as well. He drops one in the breadbasket of Cam Ballard. That's going to tie things up at 14. Miners would find the end zone again, but Gladstone would go punch for punch with Negaunee. Ryan Pauly with a nice cutback. He hits pay dirt from 14 yards out, standing upright. Now, this game was a back and forth, grinded out type of contest, but it's Gladstone coming out on top 22-20. Let's go to Marquette, the Redmen hosting Sault Ste. Marie. Marquette up 9-0 in the third, but the Blue Devils going to get it going. Emmett Fazzard with a strong run, fighting off tacklers, and into the end zone he goes. The Sioux would convert the two-point conversion to make it 9-8 Marquette. Staying in the third, Blue Devils threatening again. John Robinson going to bull his way into the end zone. Sault Ste. Marie with 16 unanswered points. It's 16-9 Blue Devils. With time winding down in the third, Marquette's Austin Riddle with the dart to Cameron Karp, who comes down with an amazing catch as he gets both feet down in the back of the end zone. Marquette would tie things up at 16, but it's the Sioux making the plays down the stretch. Sault Ste. Marie tops Marquette 22-16. How about some 8-player football? Engadine against Rapid River. First quarter, no score. Bryce Lundquist with the bomb to Mason Kudlik, and this would only be the beginning as the Rockets go up 8-0. It's now 16-0 Rapid River. Engadine looking to get something going. Check out this INT by Max Leneker, showing us the hops while attacking the ball at its highest point. Rockets back in business. Not too long later, Lundquist with the beautiful ball to Griffin Flath. Rockets offense clicking on all cylinders tonight. Rapid River rolls 48-6 over Engadine.
Today we'd like to take a look at an important rules change for this year in soccer. We've all seen it before in a soccer game. A ball is kicked up the field but ricochets off an official and leads to a goal-scoring opportunity. In the past, an official would swing his arms to indicate play on. A new rule, though, would stop play in order to limit this unintended advantage. New in 2020-21, if a ball touches the referee and it leads to a promising attack, then the referee must blow his whistle to stop play and restart with the drop ball. He should also use a drop ball in two other instances: if the ball hits the official and possession changes, or if a ball hits the official and it goes into the goal. To keep up with all things soccer, visit our website at mhsa.com.
Did you record an unbelievable touchdown, a game-winning goal, or just a proud parent moment? Then we want your clip. Upload your video to the brand new State Champs Network app so we can feature it on one of our shows and give your player, team, and school the recognition they deserve. All it takes is just a few easy clicks, and every clip that is submitted will automatically be eligible for prizes. Download the State Champs Network app today for iPhone and Android devices.
Flint Kersley made the playoffs for the first time since 1998 last year. This year, the Hornets' goal was to win their first league title since '98. But to have a chance to do that, they'd have to beat the Fenton Tigers, who've won 8 of the last 9 Flint Metro League championships. I'm Greg Molson with the highlights, and on its very first play, it's Fenton striking fast. Dylan Davidson to Marcus Berkey. He shakes off the defender and takes off, racing 56 yards to make it 7-0 Tigers just like that. Then on the first play of their next possession, it's quarterback Dylan Davidson keeping it himself right up the middle, and he's off to the races untouched for the 39-yard score to make it 14-0. It was 21-0 in the second. Fenton looking for more, but Davidson is picked off by Jace Chapman. He takes it the other way, going all the way, 70 yards to get the Hornets on the board at 21-7. But the Tigers were not going to be denied, and neither was Marcus Berkey. Check out this run from the 25. He's hit at the 15, but refuses to go down, carrying 3 defenders on his back into the end zone, putting Fenton up 28-7 at the half. And Berkey was not done, adding a 56-yard run for his 3rd touchdown of the night. He also had a 60-yard score called back by a penalty. Backup quarterback Seth Logan caps off the scoring with one more long run as Fenton shows Kearsley why it's still the team to beat in the Metro, dominating right from the first play of the game, winning it 50-14.
That was crazy. We came out, we were ready, we were prepared, we had a lot of energy. And when you come out like that, things like that happen.
We've won a lot of league titles, and everybody picked Kearsley, and our kids were a little bit offended by that because it's like, look, we've won the league several times here over the last 10 years, and you got to come play through Fenton to win a league title. And so they had a little chip on their shoulder, and when they got out of the locker room today, I think they showed them right off the bat that, if you want it, you're going to have to come and play us and beat us.
I feel like they think we've been here for so long that sooner or later a team's going to come and knock us out, but it's not going to happen anytime soon. I don't see it. Not in the Metro.
I'm Kevin Trzynski, and we go to Fox Hills Golf Course for this huge KLAA West Division matchup. Northville has a target on their back. They are the two-time defending state champions in Division I. And taking on those Mustangs are the Plymouth Wildcats, and they have been right behind Northville the past 2 years at the state finals. This right here could just be a finals preview. Let's get to it. From Northville, this is sophomore Samantha Coleman on hole 3. Her hit from the box will be just short of the green, but her next shot, wait for it, just misses, but she will tap it in for par. Leading the Mustangs' way was senior Caitlin Tokars. Here she is lining up her tee shot on hole number 4. But the story of the day is how unpredictable the greens are. Just misses the cup on the left side, and she will tap it in for par. Tokars led the Mustangs, shooting a score of 37. The Wildcats came into the day with something to prove, and what a better way to lead a team than with twin sisters. Bridget and Grace Boza are those twin sisters I'm talking about. Here's Grace on hole number 2. The great 8-foot putt drops, and Grace will finish with 39 on the day. Her sister Bridget was the one on fire Tuesday afternoon. Back on hole 3, her first shot makes it within 10 feet from the cup. But like I said, the greens had a mind of their own. The birdie putt is, just short, and Bridget will tap it in, and she ended the day with the best score at even par at 36. Plymouth defeats Northville 153-157.
I'm Lauren Plant, and we go to the Ottawa-Kent Conference White Division Cross Country Jamboree held at Lowell High School. We'll start with the fellas. Early on in the race, it was a three-way battle for the top spot between Lowell's Cole Weston and Sawyer Fowler, and Tinsley Nelson repping Grand Rapids Christian. But the junior Nelson pulled away and won with a time of 17 minutes and 15 seconds. Enzo Matz from East Grand Rapids took runner-up honors just 5 seconds behind Nelson. The Red Arrows junior Weston finished 5th. Lowell took 2nd as a team. East Grand Rapids had a total of 5 runners placed in the top 25. The Pioneers win the team portion of the meet. Next, to the girls' race here at the Jamboree. At the 1 mile mark, Madison Rumpolsky from Grand Rapids Northview opening up a big lead. But Grand Rapids Christian junior Madeline Friends took over that lead and cruised for a 12-second win. Eagles as a team finished 2nd. East Grand Rapids, the two-time defending Division II state champs, had 6 runners placed in the top 20. Clean sweep for the Pioneers as both the boys and the girls take top honors at this Jamboree. Back once again in the State Champs Network studios for another update in our State Champs Anvil Award race presented by Hungry Howie's. With us every week is the Coaching Hall of Famer and former Canton frontman Tim Beckler. Are you a big pizza guy, Coach?
Yeah, I am. Can't you tell?
Yeah, I just want to throw it out there, of course. Thank you to Hungry Howie's. Big guys is what we talk about here. The Anvil recognizes the top linebacker or lineman in the state. We have a stacked group of candidates. You can vote for your favorite right now at statechampsnetwork.com. The leading vote getter can never fall out of the running. We are in the process of checking out leads on trench dwellers all over the state. Each week, we're going to discuss 2 guys on the list. Last week, Coach commented on Clarkston's Rocco Spindler and Belleville's Damon Payne. Who would you like to opine on this week?
This week, it's Giovanni El Hadi from Sterling Heights Stevenson. He made our list last year. I loved him as a junior as well. He's 6'4", 285, committed to Michigan. two-way starter, offensive tackle, defensive tackle. Last year as a junior, he gave up 1 sack and 138 attempts. Very impressive.
How often do you see something like that?
Not very often, because a lot of guys will play defensive games with kids, and you know, it's easy to just get a scrape on somebody instead of get good full contact on somebody. It's really rare. And some guys are just faster than you, and they can blow by you. So it's extremely impressive.
And obviously a lot has to do with his technique, that it's just the guys just don't get around him, at least not in time to get a sack.
Well, it's 6'4", 6'5", and most of these guys are big, lanky guys. They've got that reach and the long arms, but they do have to have, you know, control of their feet. They got to keep their weight back on the hips, and they got to stay tall up here so they can punch and re-engage, punch. And a lot of these guys, when they punch you, you move.
Who else?
Raheem Anderson, center from Cass Tech, 6'3", 300 pounds. He's also committed to Michigan, and word has it that Giovanni had a little hand in helping recruit him, which is good. He is the second ranked center in the entire country coming out this year, so that's pretty impressive. What's more impressive is he is going to be the first lineman to start all 4 years at Cass Tech, and they've had some great ones, so that's saying something about this young man. Plus, he's been a captain 3 years in a row, so he's a definite leader, and the kids vote on that stuff, and so that makes him seem even better. I like how he's dominant. His first 2 steps as a center, you don't see many centers that are dominant, but he gets his body in the correct position. His first 2 steps after the snap are so quick and so impressive, and he's got the balance that goes with it. But if your feet are too close or too wide on those first 2 steps, it can really dictate how the rest of that block's going to go for you, especially some of the kids that he's playing against. And for him to be able to move people, drive people, and finish blocks with pancakes as a center really is impressive.
I had a chance to film the Cass Tech King game, which is obviously a huge game for both teams, especially right out of the gate. Raheem, a very vocal leader, plays both ways also, and he's going up against a lot of D1 talent every snap. And it is impressive that he has been able to do that all 4 years in a league such as the Detroit PSL and being in Division I. Both Sterling Heights Stevenson and Detroit Cass Tech expected to have fantastic seasons. Both of these guys will be integral pieces of the puzzle. What do you think? Go to our website, statechampsnetwork.com. Vote for the guy you want to take home the hardware. Rocco Spindler leading the vote right now by a boatload. So get into the game and weigh in. Coach, we'll see you next week.
See ya.
Good luck, boys. To get caught up with the latest in Michigan high school football, check out the State Champs Michigan Extra Point podcast. Matt Mowry, Scott Bernstein, and myself, Lauren Plant, talk about the latest results, the Mr. Football and Anvil competitions, and preview the week ahead. You can listen to State Champs Michigan's Extra Point podcast wherever you listen to your favorite podcasts. Time now to take a look inside Lawrence Technological University. LTU recently ranked 29th in the Princeton Review for being one of the top 50 undergraduate schools to study game design. The Princeton Review chose the schools based on a survey it conducted in 2016, and out of 150 institutions offering game design coursework or degrees, naturally, LTU made the list. The Game Art program at Lawrence Tech combines instructions in both art and computer design. Many design classes are project-focused with hands-on activities, giving students a better opportunity to focus on their individual talents and creative interests. If you're interested in game art and want to learn more about the degree program, head over to ltu.edu and find out how you can put your future success into hyperdrive.
I'm Jason Hutton in the West Michigan area. Huge game on the Lake Shore as Mona Shores took on Muskegon at the newly renovated Hackley Stadium, and it was the Sailors going to work early after recovering a Big Reds fumble. Their next play from scrimmage, Brady Rose to Damari Roberson, 7-0 Shores. Then Rose in the second quarter swinging it out to Elijah Farnham. He's in from 19 yards out. 14-0 Mona Shores at the half. Third quarter, here comes the home team. Amari Crowley bouncing off a defender and into the end zone. 18 yards for the score. 2-point conversion, no good. It's a 14-6 game. Then in the fourth, same score, Muskegon handing to Jakari Kitchen. He gets loose, 49 yards to the end zone. This time the 2-pointer's good. Game is tied at 14 in the fourth quarter. But after Mona Shores recovered another Muskegon fumble, Brady Rose, his first rushing touchdown of the game. He'd already thrown for 2, over 100 in the air, over 100 on the ground. Mona Shores leads 21-14, under 5 minutes to go. Big Reds would get a chance. Throwing it deep, Brady Rose makes the pick. He led the defense with 10 tackles, had the game-clinching interception. Mona Shores a huge win over rival Muskegon, 21-14, the final.
My class has not beat them since 7th grade. So we've lost, tied, got our butts whooped. JV got our butts whooped last year. Again, I think it just shows how our seniors don't want to lose. Our seniors want to be all in.
Before the game kicked off, we talked about you're not going to win this game in the first quarter. You're not going to win it in the second. It's going to be a 4 quarters game. I'm just so proud of our kids, the way they responded to that Muskegon kind of push and jumping back on us. And their response to it was amazing.
Tonight, go make a memory that will last a lifetime. You understand?
Yes,
go
sir.
make a memory that you'll be telling your 7-year-olds 20 years from now. You understand?
Yes, sir.
Go take it through.
I'm Ryan Slocum. We go to the Downriver League. Allen Park went on the road to take on their rivals from Woodhaven. These two teams have split their last 4 meetings. We picked up this one in the second quarter. Allen Park up 2-0 and coming up huge on special teams. Thomas David blocks the punt and Owen Alvarez picks up the ball in the end zone for the TD. The Jaguars would miss the point after. Woodhaven respond just before the half. Junior QB Ashton Molman looking long and he connects like the Yawks. It's the senior wideout Ryan Shapaniak. That would lead to a field goal. The Warriors would then get the ball with under a minute to play in the half, and the law firm of Molman and Shapaniak hooks up again, this time for 40 yards down to the Jaguar 3. A few plays later, it'd be the senior, Romantic Kaiser, with a lovely score from a yard out. Woodhaven goes into halftime leading 10-8. Let's jump ahead to the fourth with the score still 10-8. And they're getting romantic in the crib again. Kaiser with his second TD of the night. The extra point was blocked, so the Warriors now lead it 16-8. Allen Park driving with over a minute to go in the game, going for it on 4th down in the red zone. But Colton Caswell's pass is picked off. Woodhaven hangs on to beat Allen Park. They get their first win of the season, 16-8, the final.
It feels great, phenomenal. We did it with a team. It's a team football game. It's like a chess match. We did good and we took it over.
I'm Jenna Rose, and we go to volleyball for a Macomb Area Conference Red Division matchup as Macomb, Dakota went on the road to take on the Tars from Anchor Bay. This was the opener for both teams in the division, and we picked this one up in the first set. Following a good rally, a pair of sophomores hooking up as Erin Madigan sends it over to Emma Tamaris, who smacks it down for the winner as the Cougars would take set 1. And they would carry that momentum into the second. Following another long rally, it's Madigan, this time with the dish to Cassidy Adjemi, and the senior blasts it for the kill. Dakota leading 2-0. Anchor Bay, the defending MAC Red champs, looking to not get swept on their home court. This is the junior Halisano sending it down the line for the kill. Back comes the Cougars a few plays as the sophomore Grace Reski would get the rejection on the Anchor Bay spike attempt. We were tied up at 15. It was back and forth the rest of the way. Right off the Dakota serve, Carly Stoll gets it over to Sierra Connolly, who gets it to go for the winner. Then after a good rally, it's Stoll once again sending it over to Polisano, who gets the winner. Anchor Bay keeping it close. But it would be too much Macomb, Dakota on this night. Here on Match Point, It's Tamarisk laying it down for the kill to clinch as the Cougars go on to sweep Anchor Bay in 3 sets.
Let's go! Let's go!
We now go to what is viewed as arguably the greatest football rivalry in the state of Michigan. Detroit Catholic Central taking on the Warriors from Birmingham Brother Rice. This game played at historic Wisner Stadium on Saturday night. Catholic Central looking to beat Rice for a record 6th straight year. First quarter, junior quarterback Declan Bile finding time, connects with Sam Dursa, the Saginaw Valley State commit, the 33-yard touchdown. Shamrocks out to a 7-0 lead. Brother Rice had won 5 of 6 in this matchup before the streak and coming off a thrilling OT win over De La Salle in the opener. Under 2 minutes to go in the opening quarter, QB Jake Coulter with the quick dish to Cole Lacanaria, and watch the junior do the rest. Amazing burst, 52 yards to the house. They missed the PAT and the Warriors down a penny, 7-6. Rice driving in the second. Coulter looking to hook up with Lacanaria again, but check out the junior Cameron Davenport selling out to get the INT. Detroit Catholic Central went into halftime leading 10-6.
Let's go, boys. This game's ours. Let's go. Come on. Hey, don't quit right now. Don't quit.
In an unprecedented turn in offensive philosophy, the Shamrocks threw the ball on 40% of their plays in this one. Bile hitting Owen Semp in stride, 49-yard score. Detroit CC now up 11 at 17-6.
Good job. Good job. Yes, sir. Let's go.
Just over 2 minutes to go in the third. Check out Lacanaria right here. A full stop and then boom, down the sideline, gives us a glance, 33-yard touchdown. They went for 2 and failed. Warriors down 17-12 into the fourth. Brother Rice had their chances for the go-ahead score in the final quarter, but the Catholic Central defense came up huge, sacking Coulter a total of 6 times in the contest. Detroit Catholic Central hangs on to beat their rivals from Rice for the 6th straight time, the longest winning streak in the history of the rivalry. Final score, 17-12.
You guys stuck with it, and you finished. Nice job. Nice job, Tommy Grace. Great day with the white. Great day,
We also thank our sponsors, Michigan Army National Guard, Hungry Howie's. That is a wrap for this week. Please follow State Champs Michigan on all your socials and download the free State Champs Sports app where you can submit clips for us to share on the network. When you can't be at the game, we will. I'm Lauren Planch. We'll see you next time. State Champs Michigan's high school sports show is presented by Lawrence Technological University and Lawrence Tech Athletics. For everything LTU, visit ltu.edu. You can recruit yourself to any of Lawrence Tech's 27 collegiate athletic teams by visiting ltuathletics.com. Also brought to you by the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics. The Michigan Army National Guard, a proud partner of the MHSAA. And by Hungry Howie's, famous for flavor.